Have you ever felt like everything you want is right there, but it keeps slipping away? The relationship you prayed about, the opportunity you dreamed about, the peace you've been working on. It's not that you're unlucky or broken. Most of the time, our nervous system simply isn't ready for the life we're asking for. And until our body feels safe enough to receive good things, it will keep pushing them away without us even realizing it. When you grow up around chaos, it could be from trauma from abandonment or from predictability. Your body, your nervous system learns one thing, that good things don't last. Something bad always follows. So even when life tries to bless you with good things, you will sabotage it. That's because your mind might want something, but if your body is still programmed for survival mode, if your nervous system is still in survival, you will sabotage it. That's why if you grow up around chaos and you haven't healed that part, peace can feel weird. If you haven't been loved correctly, love can feel threatening. Opportunity can make you panic. This is not you sabotaging your life. It's your nervous system, the part of you that's playing in the background. That part is trying to protect you from what it seems as danger. We can see this pattern everywhere. You finally meet someone kind, but suddenly you start overthinking. You got offered a good job, but because of low self-esteem, low self-worth, you talk yourself out of it. You finally start healing, but because growth is uncomfortable at first, you run back to old habits. You want stability, but because identity shift require consistency, you run back to familiar chaos. You crave love, but you also push away anyone who gets too close. This doesn't happen because we are broken. This happens because our nervous system is still trained to expect fear over safety. Let me give you 2 examples of how I was able to see this pattern in my life. So I grew up very poor. I had an identity of poverty. When I went to university and started working, I saw this pattern every time I got paid. So let's say, for example, I got paid at 9 a.m. By 1 p.m. on that same day, I would spend all the money. At first, I thought maybe I just don't know how to control my spending, or I was just not getting paid enough, which was true. But I would see this over and over again, even though I have money, or someone would put money on my account and I would just spend it. And it got me questioning, like, why is this happening? So I started journaling, started asking my coach and trying to go deeper. And I came to the conclusion that I still had that poverty mindset. So whenever my bank account will look different than that mindset, my nervous system will do everything that it can to make me go back to that poverty. So spend all the money. And another example was I had this situationship which was really very, very toxic. But for some reason, my nervous system craved that. So there will be time where I will stop, not talk to them for like a month. Within that month, I will feel my nervous system craving that situationship, even though it was bad. I'm telling you this because when you haven't healed, your nervous system will choose what's familiar over what's healthy. Your blessings are not delayed. You just need to become the version of you who can hold on to them. You just need to become the version of you who can hold on to them. And here's how to start shifting into that version of you. This is where you need to start being honest with yourself. Ask yourself, Do you get anxious when things are going well? If that's the case, that's not intuition, that's survival mode. You need to slow down, breathe, and remind your body that good things are allowed to stay. Slowing down is so important, especially if you've been in trauma for longer than a year. Because when you slow down, you are sending the right signal to your nervous system. Because our body doesn't listen to words, it listens to experience. So if you are telling your body, I am safe, I'm safe, I'm safe, but you're still on a go, your body, your nervous system will only get the signal of you being on a go. So it's gonna think that you're still programmed for survival mode or you are still in survival mode. So you need to ask yourself the hard questions. What does slowing down mean for me? How can I slow down? How can I send the good signals to my body? Let someone compliment you. Let yourself rest. Let yourself feel proud. Receiving small things teaches your body how to receive bigger things. Because if you can't even receive a simple compliment as you're pretty, how do you think your body is going to be able to handle you receiving bigger things? Let me give you another example. So I grew up really not confident. I had low self-esteem. I thought I was ugly. I thought I was the ugliest person on earth. So when people would compliment me, I would like rush to tell them, oh, you look pretty too, I love your outfit. I wasn't able to like let my body feel that compliment and like let myself really receive it. But once I started healing myself, once I started working on my confidence, now when someone tells me I'm pretty, I'm gonna sit on it. Instead of me rushing just to not feel like I deserve it, I will sit on it and tell them thank you. And if there's something that I like, if I want to give them back or probably say, I love your shoes, I love your outfit, you're also pretty, I will say it. But it's not guaranteed because at that moment, that's your moment to shine. That's your moment to really accept that compliment and feel it in your body. Because sometimes when we rush to just compliment the other person, it's because we don't feel worthy of whatever they told us. I could testify this on myself. When people used to tell me that you're pretty, the reason why I was rushing back to tell them you're pretty too is because I did not feel pretty. But now that I feel pretty, when someone compliments me, I'm able to sit with that compliment. I'm able to really like feel happy or just tell them thank you. I appreciate that. That's what you need to do. Your nervous system needs to feel that moment. Every time you choose a healthy behavior over an old wound, your nervous system rewires. That's why consistency is so important. Your life changes when your nervous system learns a new truth. For example, you're not living in the past anymore. When you slow down, you are sending the signal to your nervous system that you are safe, that you're no longer in survival. So now your nervous system can allow you to grow. It can allow you to be chosen. It can allow you to receive. But before that, you have to send your nervous system the right signal. Let me give you an example. Me, for example, so I talked about how I had a people-pleasing identity. And before that, I'll probably say like 3 years ago or 4 years ago, I still found myself people pleasing, even though I wasn't in those situations where I had to people please. Because growing up, I felt like I had to people please. I had to do more to be accepted, to be liked, to receive that compliments. But 4 years ago, I wasn't in that situation anymore. But my nervous system was still pushing me to people please. But when I finally doing the experience that was sending my nervous system the signal that I no longer need to people please, now I don't people please anymore. So it's important to evaluate yourself, to show your nervous system the right signal so you can heal. Because Even if you're no longer in that situation, if you haven't sent your nervous system the right signal, it will think that you are still in those trauma experience. It will think that you still need to survive, so it will make you do all those patterns or sabotage. That's why you need to evaluate yourself. You need to ask yourself the hard question. You need to send your nervous system the right signal. If you only remember 3 things from this video, let it be this: you're not missing your blessing. Your body just doesn't trust safety yet. When you build safety inside yourself, your whole life opens up. You're not behind. You're becoming ready.